Welcome back. And so let's talk security. And it appears as if, we're always back to this same table talking about security concern in Nigeria's North Central. And this is happening amid this particular subject now gaining global attention. All eyes are now on Nigeria following the legislation by U.S. Congressman Ted Cruz and the executive deployment of powers by U.S. President, speaking about military intervention in Nigeria. The federal government spoke to this yesterday, giving a scorecard of what it has done so far to tackle insecurity in Nigeria's northwest, in Nigeria's north central. The Minister of Information talked about more than 13,000 bandits and terrorists neutralized, about 11,000 people who have been rescued so far, and the efforts of security agents to continue this. He also spoke to the fact that the leading, servicemen in the front line battle against insurgency are Christians who are working alongside their Muslim counterparts. But how reassuring, are these efforts to people in the communities who wake up sometimes to the death of loved ones. Jeffrey spoke to this 2 days ago when he said, we come here and we talk about numbers, statistics, data, but there are people who are unable to sleep with their two eyes closed. And some of those people are in the North Central, Benue to be precise, Ohimini local government area, where 7 people are said to have been killed following attacks by suspected herders. Let's find out what exactly happened. And joining us on the program this morning is rights activist Mr. Daniel Atai, who joins us virtually from Benue State, and Mr. Onyilo Amedu Joseph, a local health development worker who also happens to have witnessed this latest round of attacks in Ohimini local government area of Benue State. Mr. Amedu Joseph, I'm coming to you first on this one, since you are said to be a witness to the attacks. Reports say this is a reprisal following the killing of a herdsman. Help us establish if that is exactly what happened, and tell us what else that you may have seen.
Okay, good morning, ma'am. And what I have seen, since 2 years ago, the Fulani herdsmen have been disturbing our community, and we have been reporting the case to the police, and nothing has been done about it. Then, presently, that was on Monday, there's some of the villagers, people who are on the farm working, they sent a message to the community that they are coming for them, that they should be ready. And we don't know the actual time they say they are coming. Then on Monday, there is a cop that is coming to the village on Tuesday. Then the people say they let them go to the farm and get the food stuff. Then 3 of them was attacked. The very day on Monday, one was killed close to the near river bank. Then that very day, the information got around, the army was in our village. They took the dead body of the person. Then 2 of our members are still missing. Then on Tuesday, we went to the bush and started searching for them. I myself was there. Then close to the place they killed the first one, we see the second one, that was the pastor. Then after taking the dead body home, then we still move ahead to the bush, finding the 3rd person. We went down to his farm. Then we looked some blood stain on the floor and on the grass. We traced it. We traced the blood stain till a certain level. We couldn't find the blood stain any longer. Then different people have been chasing out from the farm by then. Then after a while, we went back home. As we didn't see the person. We went back home from the bush that very Tuesday. Then we are having a meeting. Then there is a call come again that they are in the bush coming. And they give us a direction that when we pass also road, they are going to meet them to stop them. Then when the information comes, we are just getting ready to to secure our village while the army people are still around. Then a few minutes after that, the army people left. The army people left our village. It's not up to 15 minutes. They start full on fire on the village. That is how many people start running. Then in that instant, again, 4 people are killed. Then the 2 people, we have 4 people that are killed. They cannot walk. One cannot walk, 2 people are blind, and the other person was shot from the bike. That is how they was killed. Then, after they was killed, they tried to take the corpse to the mortuary, the full corpse to the mortuary, and the army people did not allow them. They blocked them at the road that they should not take them to the mortuary. Then we don't know what is happening. If they know anything about it, we don't know. That is the brave thing that happened in my presence when I was around.
Well, Mr. Amedu, I'm not sure if I missed it, but did you speak to whether this has to do with reprisal killing following the killing of a herdsman?
The killing of the herdsman, my community.
Yes. Does this have to do with the killing of a herdsman in your community?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you explain the circumstances surrounding that particular killing?
And the circumstances concerning the killing of because I don't witness the herdsmen of none of the herdsmen was killed, but I witnessed how the killing go around my people, around the community, because we have been begging them to leave the community, to leave our land. Because when you farm, when you go to farm, you cannot stay in the farm because of them. If they come, they will threaten you. If you say anything, they will kill you. That is how the thing started gradually before they start attacking us in the farm.
All right. Let's take this to Mr. Tai now. Mr. Tai, what do you know about this latest round of attacks in Ohim, in the local government area?
Thank you very much. It is still the new normal that has been happening in Benue State. You know, talking about marauding herdsmen and carrying guns, machetes up and down, moving, trespassing lands and farmlands. As a matter of fact, it's a bizarre thing to note in the 21st century. And I think this is very archaic. We talked about anti-open grazing law. It is not still effective because of political bureaucracy. That would have been very, very necessary if we have what we call ranches. But the Benue law, which was established under the former Governor Tom of Benue, if the current administration carried along the tenets of the law, the provisions of the law, I believe by now we would have been in peace. I don't know, but it is still what we are talking about. And we can't continue to talk about a thing for over 8 years. This is the 10th year that we have been crying about anti-open grazing law. Even at that, we have what we call civil protection guard. I witnessed some of the movement of the military and the civil protection guard in Otukpo 2 days ago. I was in Otukpo precisely at Victory Hospital where I went to see my aunt. Living there, I saw the movement of military and civil protection guard. I think the vehicles I counted were about 4, the one that the state government provided for them. So I just believe that perhaps they have had an intel about an attack, probably an intelligence gathering, which was true. They got the intelligence that attack will happen in the very community that it happened. And is a concern for worry. If they got the intel, I saw the mobilization, I saw the military checkpoint, and they went into that village to avert that attack. But I cannot tell the reason why they left the village even in less than 1 hour. In less than 1 hour, because I'm very, very aware that they went to the village to protect the villagers that have received the threat alert. And unfortunately, immediately they left because the vigilantes went to the bushes themselves to protect themselves, because it has come to that self-help. Like the former Minister of Defense said, that you have to defend yourself. You have to defend yourself. And that was what the villagers of Angule were doing. Then suddenly, when the military left and the civil protection guard left, they came into the village, burnt the Corpus Christi Catholic Church, and started shooting sporadically. From what we gathered, I sent you the evidence of those that were killed in their cold blood, those innocent farmers and villagers that were killed. And how long would we continue, to begin to condemn the killings of herdsmen when we have solutions at hand, when we can provide security to lives and properties in our state? So what is the government doing, and what has the government done? It is a bizarre thing, and it's very absurd. I can't even say it. When you look at the pictures and the videos I sent to channels, you will understand that it is not something we should be happy about, and we cannot compromise our voices. We cannot compromise what is happening. These are killings that are not supposed, that are preventable, proactively could be prevented. The amount of military and paramilitary and civil defense, civil protection guard I saw in Otukpo 2 days ago were enough to protect a whole state, to defend a whole state. Even if the attack was going to happen in the whole state, in the whole Benue state, they were enough because they were armed, they were combatant ready, and I don't know why this should happen still. And that brought me back to the words of Sani Abacha, late Commander-in-Chief and Head of State of Nigeria, that when insecurity or terrorism thrive anywhere in Nigeria, beyond 24 hours, that the government is aware of it and that the government hand is in it. So there are compromises here and there. You will hear political bureaucracy. Somebody will say that the herdsmen killing, like I quoted, of course, everybody saw it even in the SGF statement before, when he was minister under Buhari. He said the killing were perpetrated by the state government under the administration of Otom. And then what do you have now? Is this still perpetrated by the state government under the administration of Alia? So what do we do with the level of insecurity that are taking our lives? More than 2,500 lives have been taken away since the inception of the APC administration in 2015. In Benue alone, I'm not talking about Plateau State, and I'm not talking about other states. And when you see Trump talking about genocide on Christians, it is true. Because what problem do you have with the church that you go to burn the church in the local government?
All right, Mr. Tai, if I may comment, just a moment, if I may comment, I can see how sometimes a very, very painful situation. We've been on Benue like forever. We've even had the governor. There was a day when we interviewed the governor, and I just was looking at the situation. I said, maybe not far from now, another set of killing will happen. And then indeed it happened. So it's very exhausting. I can see everybody's just unsure. But let's go back to, because it looks like a mixed bag of economic agitation in terms of survival, and then laced in between religion is a mixed bag of many things. So that's why sometimes definition is even defining it can become a controversial issue. But those of you who have that lived in reality, it's your reality. We will not debate your reality with you, but we're trying to look for solution. I know that one of the highlights of the law is that there's a ban on open grazing. If there has to be a grazing, it has to be in ranches. So those ranches have to be registered. If you flout that law, you will be penalized, maybe a fine or imprisonment or both, depending on the severity. So Is it that Governor Hyacinth Alia is not implementing the law at all, or it is not effective, or this is just beyond him? Let me stay with you, Mr. Atai, before I go back to the other gentleman.
Well, I don't think that the anti-grazing law is effective in Benue State. The implementation, if at all, is going on, is militant or probably being compromised, because I don't see any reason why we should still see marauding herdsmen on our street, on our farms, and parading themselves and having the audacity to even threaten farmers. I don't see if the anti-grazing law is effective in Benue State. Well, to be candid, and you saw the bureaucracy counting, and some people were saying 50 persons, while
oh dear. Okay, I wanted to get all of his perspective as far as the law is concerned. Let me come to you, Mr. Joseph. Joseph, our thoughts and our prayers, we must say, with everyone that is affected by these dastardly killings that keeps happening. But there's a question Bukola did ask. I don't know whether you answered it or but let me go back to that question. She was trying to find out whether indeed a herder was killed and what are the circumstances surrounding that killing. Joseph, that's for you.
According to the question you asked, I don't see any herder that is killed. The Fulani herdsmen, none of them are killed.
Because they say this is a reprisal. Reprisal simply means something that happened. This is us hitting back.
No. Because what is happening, none of the Fulani herdsmen is killed. It's only the villagers that they are killing.
Okay, Mr. Ahmedu, you said something earlier that the security operatives, the military, were in your village before the herders came back. Just right after you heard earlier on that the attackers were coming. And then not long after that, the military left. I'd like to follow up on that. Do you suspect foul play or something?
In terms of that, I don't know actually, but immediately they leave, that is when the incidents take place.
But when you got intelligence that the attackers were coming, was the military informed?
They are aware. They are around.
They were around, yet they left.
Yes.
All right. We were speaking about the efficacy of the civilian protection force to protect communities in Benue, the one deployed by the state government. I'm staying with you now, Mr. Ahmedu. How effective have the civilian protection guards been? Do you think that they have enough competence in terms of arms to protect communities in Ohimini local government or indeed in any other local government to protect the villagers against the attackers?
Yes, they have it.
Then why do these attacks happen?
That is what I don't understand mainly. Because they are around, they come with their rifle and everything is with them. Then after they left immediately before the incident, the attack took place. One thing I don't know, because according to them, they say they send them for peacekeeping and to come to secure the community. And still on field, they are still under attack after they left. And even
that is compromise.
After they are doing this attack, different houses as well are breaking down. Likewise to me, they took all my bags from my room. The only thing that I took from my room is only my credentials. Even my elder brother's his credential was scattered all over. If you are moving from one compound to another, you see different people credentials, people clothes that was burned, some people things have been stolen from their room. After they're undergoing this attack, that is how they normally destroy people's houses, doors, breaking their doors, destroying things in their house.
All right. I'll come back to you if there's time, but let's take it to Mr. Atai now. There's been quite a number of donations made to the people of Benue, particularly following the killings in Yelwata by the IOM, the First Lady, and indeed, other state governors, the Nasarawa state governor. And amid all of these, we've heard about protests against the sharing formula of the funds donated to these people in these communities. And we've also heard the people say, look, this is what we want. We want to go back to our ancestral lands. Have you seen any deliberate effort by the government, perhaps in terms of projects for resettlement, rebuilding of homes, reconstruction of homes, such that you can say that this is how these funds have been deployed?
Not at all. And if at all the government is doing anything, then the government is silent about it. And this is a digital era where accountability and expediency ought to be in the open. Unfortunately, the Nasarawa State Governor, Engineer Sule, donated 150 million. The IOM, under the United Nations, donated 1.7 billion naira. The First Lady, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, donated 1 billion naira. And so the donations from other NGOs continue. And as we speak, we don't know anything on how it has been distributed equitably to those who are affected, the victims. But I can tell you one thing, that as determinant as the governor was, talking about the governor of Benue State, when he was campaigning in 2023, that in his first 100 days, he will return all the IDPs to their ancestral homes. Perhaps he felt now that the IDPs, the ancestral homes, are not still secure. That is why he hasn't returned them. But we know that logistics, he is capable. The federal government have provided enough logistics, and these donations are enough. And if not enough, him as the governor of the state, the number one citizen who is the protector of lives and properties of the state, and of all of us, the indigenous of Benue State, should be able by now, after 2 good years, I'm talking about 24 months, not 100 days, to have returned the IDPs to their ancestral homes. For crying out loud, we indigenous of Benue State, we don't want to be IDPs. We don't want at all to be, displaced persons. We have homes. We have the right, absolute human right, to live in our ancestral land. Yes. And any factor whatsoever, whether from terrorists, from bandits, even from our own government, that unsettled that fact.
Yes, Mr. Tai.
The government has failed.
Mr. Tai.
That it wanted to protect their lives and properties.
Yes, Mr. Tai, that election promise by the governor is a reminder of that election promise. Is a fine place to anchor it at this point with the people desiring to return to their ancestral land. We must thank you very much, Mr. Daniel Atai, human rights activist, and Mr. Onyilo Amedu Joseph, a local health development worker, the gentlemen that have joined us on this particular one. And by this is an extension of an invitation to the Benue State government to speak to some of these security concerns.